everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I will show you everything that I have knit or crocheted in 2025. And I'm very excited actually to show you everything, but also to look at it for myself, because I feel like I did not make a lot this year. Like I did because I was studying textile design, so I was in my master, so I had a lot of things to do, which made me not have that much time for myself, like to create things for myself, like things to wear or things for in my house. But I can show you some bits of my master project, only the things that I have knit, because I also sewn a lot of things and felt a lot of things, but I won't show you that. I will only mainly focus on everything that I have knit or crocheted this year. And I'm very excited to show you. So I will just hop right into it. We'll start with January. And in January, I was very busy. I was very busy with my exams, so I did not really have that much time. But there was one thing that I have finished that took me a couple of months to try out and make samples. But in January, it was finally finished, and it's this piece, and I absolutely love it so much. It's based on a laundry clip, so it has the shape kind of a laundry clip. And then I also used the pattern of a laundry clip that I made myself. And the interesting thing about this garment is actually the bows that are in it, because of the bows you can actually tighten or make it the body or the arms more loose or more wide according to who wears it. So this piece was very like technical for me, and it really made me learn more difficult things on my knitting machine and really try out and take my time and test out what I can actually do with my machine. Because a lot of times I only increase or decrease a little bit and I just make more straight panels. But with this, I really took the most out of it and really tried things and made a lot of samples, a lot of color work samples. So I think I should really like do that more and focus more on that and take more of my time with making things on my knitting machine. But as you can see, it's super fun. Like I can just completely make this more wide, and then if I want to, I can just like that, and it's super nice. I also love the color combination. The color combination is very poppy, like with the bright green and then the turquoise and then this more bright blue. It really fits very nice together, and I wish I could wear it, but I can't because I crocheted the color on it. But as we all know, crocheting is not stretchy, so my head doesn't fit in it. It's super annoying. I mean, not that I would want to wear it because I see it more as a artwork, but it's just so annoying that my head doesn't fit into it, because everything else is made on my body. It should fit me perfectly, but it's just my head can't get over it. And then this is just like the back. It's just open. It also is based on a more like an apron kind of style, and I'm just really proud of this because of the technique that I put into it. Like this is a great piece. I did very well with this, but the only thing is it doesn't really do any justice if it's not on the body. I feel like if I see it just like this, that's why I will also show you a picture of how it looks, because if I just hold it up, it's just not giving. It's giving like a big blob, but you really have to see it, like the shape that it makes. But I'm very proud of this one. So January was a good start of the new year. Next up, we go over February and March, because again, I was busy making other things as well. But I was also creating these really interesting soft sculptures, because for my master project, I made a lot of soft sculptures, and some I made with fabric, but others I knit on my knitting machine. And it's these two really nice cushions that I made. They're amazing. I think from everything that I've made this year, I must say these two pieces are my favorite, because they're just so fun and goofy on your couch or on your bed. Like, I don't know, I just really love them. So first I have this big underwear pillow. I also crocheted these scallops on the side to really give it like this cutesy dootsy underwear, and then with a little bow. I also really like the color combination that I used, like the bright green and then the more purple. It really like pops together, which gives it like, it's really like in your eye. And then together with the bra is amazing. I completely knit this on my machine, and it was actually fairly, like, I would say easy once you like figure out the measurements, and you just have to duplicate it and then sew it together and fill it and then add the crochet detail. And it's so fun. It belongs to a bigger piece, but for now I just also use it in my living room because it's just really nice. I think everybody should have fun pillows on their couch or in their bed. The bra is so cute. I think the color combination and then with a little bow and again the scallop detailing is just great. I love this so much. I also like to see them together, but I think it's also fun to separate the two pillows because you can just see that this is a big bra. I really focus more on the techniques with these pieces as well, like decrease a lot more, and just there's way more thought into these pieces. That's what I really like learned this year, that it's really nice to take your time when you create things on your knitting machine instead of like quickly drafting something and like quickly doing it. Like I really take my time now, and it really pays off. It really gives you nice things. And what I also think is interesting, like in my head in the beginning, I always used to knit or crochet things that I could wear, but you can also make so much more other things with knitting or crocheting that you don't necessarily have to wear. Like for example, these fun pillows, and I also have something else that I made that I will like show you that you don't necessarily can wear. You can really also make artwork with knitting or crocheting. So you should definitely do that as well if you're debating on doing that. But the one thing that I finished also in March, and that's it for I think until May. I did not make anything because I was just too busy with other things with my schoolwork, so I didn't really have time to knit or crochet anything else. But in June I made this handbag. I would say I give it a 2 out of 10 because I like the idea. I like the idea of it being a big underwear as a bag, but the execution is just not really it. The yarn that I use is like this metallic kind of stretchy yarn from Hobby, and even though this yarn is super cool, I really like the shininess and that I can make something metallic with knitting or crocheting. It's just like it's really annoying to knit with or crochet. It like makes this squeaky kind of noise, and it was really hard. So I would not recommend it, but it is cool. Also, it's quite stretchy, the yarn, so even though this bag has this shape, it will stretch out a lot. And also I just didn't like it, so I didn't even sew in the ends of my little bow. And also at the inside, I also really didn't do that because I just really I didn't like it. So there was no point in my head to like finish it. I don't know. But I definitely want to make a knit or crochet bag again like this, but then with 100% wool, and then felt it in the machine and then see what comes out of it, because then it's less stretchy and it's more like a sturdy little handbag. So definitely look out for that. But this is a no. You know, I was just done. I was done knitting and crocheting in June, I think, that I just like, yeah, I don't know. That's going away. And then I basically, I took a really big break in the summer of doing anything textile related. I didn't knit, I didn't crochet, I didn't sew. I just really wanted to enjoy my last summer as a student. And I did not really have the creative thing to do to make things. So I didn't. In July, I didn't make anything. In August, I didn't make anything. I tried, I started some things, but I never finished them because I was just out of ideas. I was out of it. I was done with it. So I took a break and I gave myself until September to not do anything. And then in September, I would start creating again, which I did. And I really missed hand knitting because I knit a lot on the machine this year, and I really wanted to start with the needles again. It is 100% wool, very chunky, basic top, and I added some felt details on it because I just wanted something that I could do on the go, on the train, that I didn't really have to think too much about it, like technically, because the pillows and the first garment were technically very like difficult, and I had to write down a lot, and I just wanted something simple. I just wanted to knit in the round, to be honest. So I did, and I had these big skeins of yarn still laying around. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make something very simple and see what comes out of it. This is the result. So it has this really nice flag design on it because in September my girlfriend it's her birthday, and then we always have flags hanging around the house, and I just got really inspired by them. I think they're really cute and fun. So why not add them to something that you could wear? And then the other thing that I also discovered that I really like is this way of felting, because a lot of the times I add designs with a duplicate stitch because I can't do color work with hand knitting. I can't do it. So I always use it with a duplicate stitch. But now I actually use some like felting wool and I follow the stitches like I would with a duplicate stitch, but I just felt it on it. So it really gives like this more pixelated design, yet it's still felted on it. What I also like is that it goes to the front. So you have like a little sneak peek when you wear it, or when you lift your arm, you see the design a little bit. I don't know. I think it's really an interesting top and a good way of like getting my creativity back. I don't know. I really like it. And with the horse that I have on it, I also used, because I did not really have a lot of the white felting yarn, so I had like a mix between like the more natural sheep wool and then the one that I bought in the store, and it gives a really nice overflow of different colors. Like it's not just one plain white color, which gives it also a little bit more depth. You know, like the flags are one color, which in my opinion makes it a bit more flat. But if you like mix different shades of a color into the felting, it really creates this nice surface. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does to me. So absolutely love it. And after this, I got really excited to make more things. So I was on a roll. I was getting busy. Because it was September going into October, it also started to become a little bit more colder. And I had the great idea of actually starting to create patterns, or like trying to at least, because that's really hard for me because I freehand everything almost. So it was, you know, it also didn't work out, but at least I tried. So I made these mittens, and I started with this one. And in first instance, you would think, yeah, they're kind of cute, you know, they're fun, but they're not. They're like almost 0 out of 10. These are bad mittens. I made this one and I just did like single crochet in the round. And the first thing that I bumped onto is that my design is very slanted, because I think it's because I crochet in the round with the design instead of going back and forth. I don't know, it's just, it looks ugly. And then I also have this big line in here and it's just a bit ill-fitting. Yet I did write everything down, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make a second one. But the second one, for some reason, turned out way bigger than the first one. It looks ridiculous. It's so ugly. I wore them like once. They're really warm, but they're just not it. Also here I have this really big chunk. Like it's just way too much fabric, and the thumb is also really loose, and this thumb is way more narrow. It looks ridiculous. I no, it was a fail. Also, you know, when you make things, you can also fail, and that's okay. It's, you know, you learn out of it. And I learned that making mittens for me is maybe not what something that I want to do. So I just silently took them off and threw them on my pile. And I started making a lot of tiny scarves again, because in November, I think, yeah, in November, I was going to a market to sell some of my tiny scarves. So I also made a video about that, like a challenge of how many tiny scarves I could make in 24 hours. And the sad thing is that I can't show you any of them because they're all sold. I was so happy, like not only at the market, because let's be honest, you know, selling in a market is a tough thing. It doesn't, no, you know, So, but I did sell a lot of the scarves also on Vinted and stuff. So I don't have any of those, but I do have one that I made a couple of years ago for myself. So you have an idea of the tiny scarves that I make, and I really like them. I had so much fun making these scarves throughout the months. Like I made a lot in November and December and even in January, and they're just so nice. I really like it that people really enjoy my scarves because they always have a little design that I created and then just some fun colorful stripes. And the thing with these scarves is they're more brainless projects for me because they're just cute. There's nothing more about them. They're just cute, but they're still me. They still have my identity on it because of the little illustration, which I do think is very important because I'm a textile designer and I do want to have my things like I see a lot of my things as artwork, and I do want to have them like my identity in them. And these tiny little scarves do, even though they're more like a consumption product. You get it? Like I don't know, but I really like them, and I made a lot of those. As you can see, also in this picture, these were the ones that I made for the market, and then I also remade a lot of them because people asked for specific color combinations, and I really had fun. Now I'm a bit done with making the scarves. I mean, I would definitely still make them right now, but I made a lot of them after each other, and it gets a bit boring, like sewing and all these little ends. But I will make these every single year now because it's just fun, and they're so cute when you see them all together. It's very amazing. Also made another scarf for myself because in 2025 at the beginning I bought this carriage for my knitting machine to do like the intarsia method where you do like the color changing, and I didn't use it at all throughout the year, but I also did not want to forget how to do it. So I decided to also make a new scarf with party flags on it. I think it's so cute. It's so cute. And this took me a couple of months because it's very slow. Like you just have to do it all by hand and then go over it, and it takes some time. It was for a long time on my knitting machine, but I love how it turned out. I love the colors, and the back is just like black normal because I was not gonna make this a second time. I realized that I really want to make more intarsia like pieces, also like more artworks with this technique. And it's so cute. If you know me a little bit already, I only wore this like a couple of times. Even though it's really good material, I think it's like alpaca, and then like the flags are like alpaca or mohair blend. So it's actually really warm and really soft. But I just don't really like to wear my stuff. I love to create. I don't love to wear them. I think there's a big difference in it. But I do try to focus more on also making things for myself that I actually genuinely would wear myself. Like it's not because I don't wear them that I don't like them. Like I love the pieces that I create, but they're me as a textile designer, and then there's like a difference between me as just like me who also wants to wear knit stuff or crochet stuff. I don't know. I hope you understand that. It's a great design, I would say myself. And that's like it for October, November. Again, these go over months. I don't focus on one project at a time. I just do everything at the same time. And if I'm done with something else, I'm just gonna continue with the other thing, and then I get never bored of my stuff. I would say in the end of November, and I wanted to make a bonnet, which I also have a tutorial on my channel. And the interesting thing about this bonnet is that it's a mix of crochet and knit, which I think we should do more. Like, who said we can't combine these two techniques? The base is crochet, and then the scarf is just knit on my machine. And then I also added these little pearlies to it, and I really like it. I really like the shape. It's super snug around my head, like it fits me perfectly. The only thing I would say is that I like slacked a little bit on is the pearls, because instead of like one by one sewing them on, I basically just went all the way around. So you constantly have these like little threads going. It's not the best, but yeah, I just really, and I also added little pearls to the bottom. It's a fun thing. I also think the colors are very cute together. It's a different kind of mix because I do have like the mint and the blue, and they both have like a glitter in them, and then the white and the black, and then like the bubblegum pink. It's a lot of colors, but I do think they fit quite nice together. And I would definitely say this is more like a fun project. And I didn't really like, I went with it on the moment. Like, I didn't calculate in the beginning how this had to look. I was like, actually, these straps would look cute in it. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should add pink to the bottom. You know, so it's a great mix of everything. And it's also important to have projects like that. And then we are on to the very last thing that I have finished in 2025, because I also started more things in December, November that I only finished in 2026. But that's a video for next year. And the last thing that I finished is also one of my favorite things. It's this lesbian top, and it's the same kind of shape as the one before with the party flags, just a different color, and the yarn is a bit thinner, but it's also 100% wool, and I love it. It's great. I again did the pixel file thing on it, as you can see, which gives this really nice pixelated look, which just gives like an extra detail to the design on it. And in the beginning, I just made the base of this top, and I was really struggling what to put on it. I first wanted to like put a bigger illustration on there, but sometimes the less is better. How do you say it? The more the less, the less the more. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just something very simple. And then also with the red and the pink. It's just really, it's a cool top. This is a great top. Everybody who is a lesbian should have this top. I can't wait to wear it out, because now the thing with these kind of tops is it's like 100% wool, but it's sleeveless. So in the winter you will have to layer it, but in the summer it's kind of hot to wear, so I don't really know. Which also made me realize I really want to knit or crochet more with cotton yarn for the summer. I don't really like it because it's very like stiff. I don't know, but it's definitely on my 2026 to-do list to make more cotton things, like something like this, but then in cotton. I think that would be cute, right? Like I don't know if the ribbing will then be the same vibe, but we will see. So this is the very last piece that I made, and I also really, really love the boat neck. It's a gorgeous top. Also, just to look at, I feel like this could be an artwork as well. Just hang it or like frame it. I don't know. Not frame it. Not every artwork needs to be framed, you know? But it's a combination. And I think it's also really interesting that garments can be artworks, and that, you know, artworks can also be just used, like my pillows, as a regular usable product, you know? So important to keep that in mind. Not every garment has to be worn. The end of everything that I have knit and crocheted in 2025. I really hope you enjoyed this video and also got some inspiration. And I'm very excited to see what I will make in 2026, because I have been already making a lot of things and I have a lot of ideas, and I'm super excited to just make more stuff. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these kind of things, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!